Welcome to the Christmas episode. Merry Christmas.
Surprise!
Yeah.
So as you know, it's Christmas time, recording this on 9/11.
Yeah. We're very ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I always think about that first episode viewer. It's like, what is it with them in 9/11?
What is it with us at 9/11? The answer is, we just don't want to forget.
Yeah. I keep it close, I never want to just, how would you forget? Can we talk about that? How the fuck am I ever going to forget?
Well, that's the reason. It's a call to war. They want you to want revenge, so that way they can go to war. Bush did 9/11. Anyway.
Yeah, so it's Christmas.
It's not Christmas today.
It's not Christmas today.
Except for you, it might be.
It'll be airing the Wednesday before. So I don't know what the fuck day that lands on. I think this is cutting in the middle of Pokemon. I think the finale will be after this episode, so sorry. You'll also hear us talking about doing the Christmas episode after this comes out, I think. So,
yeah, we didn't really think this through.
Yeah, we were just talking about doing the Christmas episode, but we did it. So
yeah.
In previous episodes that you'll see in the future.
Yeah. Other lives include reading Death Note and Full Metal.
Yeah, well, we won't get into that right now. We're doing a gift exchange. So I bought Esau a manga box set, and Esau in return did the same.
Yeah.
So later in the episode, we'll be doing an unboxing, which will be really fun.
What the fuck do you mean later? What are we going to talk about this whole episode?
Oh, we're going to shoot the shit. I don't know. I kind of like having more unfocused topics that aren't like, we only have to talk about Pokemon today.
All right, let's talk about Christmas. I fucking hate Christmas, by the way. So I like gifts. I love giving gifts. David, tell them when I gave you your Christmas gift.
Esau got me my Christmas gift right after my birthday in July. So
I gave him his birthday and his Christmas gift at the same time.
So I've perpetually owed Esau a fucking birthday gift. And every time I get him a gift, he'll get me a second gift. So I owe him.
Yeah, but it's always for the next holiday. I'm not just giving them so he owes me. I'm like, I don't want to think about the next holiday. You know what? You deserve this.
No, but like in return of me giving him the gift, he'll get me the gift for the next holiday.
Yeah.
So then I have to plan out getting him his gift, to which he'll get me the gift for my birthday. Then I get him a gift for his birthday. Then he gets me the gift for the next fucking holiday.
Yeah. He got me this the Dragon Ball Fathermuckin box set, and as he's getting it for me, I was buying him the Naruto one,
which is also behind him.
Which is also behind me.
Yeah.
Which was his Christmas gift.
Yeah. So in return, I got Esau. What did I get you? Tokyo Ghoul. I got you Tokyo Ghoul.
Which was what he was planning to get me for this, and then he fucked him over because he asked me what I wanted.
No, because I was like, yeah, Esau, so not for your Christmas gift, but for your like birthday gift. Christmas gift.
That's not on
this. Is not a Christmas. This is a second Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Okay, we're even. I was like, Esau, what do you want? And he's like, oh, you can get me Tokyo Ghoul. And I had Tokyo Ghoul in the cart to get him for this. And so I had to scrap it and get him something else. But I mean,
I literally like cross-referenced the prices. I was like, okay, I'll ask for something that was about the same price. Turns out this box set was very cheap compared to everything else.
The Dragon Ball one?
The Naruto one.
Oh, yeah. The other two were expensive.
Yeah, this one was $86, I think, when I bought it.
Which, granted, is expensive, but like...
But it's like a big box set.
It wasn't $150.
Yeah, it's a big box set.
Yeah, no, it's huge. Like, it's 28 to, like, 48, I think.
I don't know. I don't read Naruto, man.
Yeah. But I'm just looking at from... Because it's the beginning of Shippuden up until the end of the Pain arc, I think. A little after, I think. I think Sasuke... No, what happens first? Sasuke fights Deidara and then Pain arc.
Yes.
Yes.
I can tell because they have the spoilers on the covers.
You're right. But yeah, so it's that around that time. And it's a lot. It's a lot of manga for $80. So I was very happy that you got it for me.
You're welcome.
I think you'll be happy with what I got you.
I think mine will put a smile on your face.
Okay, so should we do predictions?
No.
Okay, I'll do it before the opening because I
had a prediction. I'm joking.
Okay. So this was my thought process going in.
Right.
I told Esau I gave you 3. I said you're either going to get me Naruto again because to help me complete the set because I'll like it.
Right.
I like Mob Psycho.
Right.
So that's what I thought was also an option. but I didn't think Mob Psycho had a box set, so
Yeah. Also, have you seen the art for it?
it's charming.
I couldn't get through it a second time. I tried to reread this great story. I couldn't get past the art the second time. It's a learned experience, and I had to relearn it, and I couldn't.
The anime is so peak though.
Absolutely.
And then my third option was, and you told me it wasn't Fairy Tail because you know I don't like it, and so I was like, okay, you're gonna get me something obscure that I haven't heard of, but I'll like.
That's not what I said.
That was what I said.
Oh.
And then I was thinking about it more, and I was like, okay, he'll probably give me something that looks good on a shelf, so I'm gonna go with Assassination Classroom.
All right.
So
I like these predictions.
That's what I thought. Do you have any?
I think you got me Chainsaw Man.
That would have been a good one. It went on sale.
Yeah. That's my only prediction. I don't like to think.
Valid. Yeah, so those are my predictions. I wanted to, before we do that, talk a little more about one. We've been getting a lot of very good feedback on the TikToks
And a lot of bad feedback.
and the YouTube Shorts, and a lot of bad feedback. My favorite comment, but is me and Esau asking a question and clearly reading the manga, and then we get referenced in anime episode.
Actually, in episode this happened. Yeah, it didn't happen in the manga. Or if it did, I don't know where that is in episode 212.
Yeah. I'm very glad no one's been spoiling shit. Because this is the day.
It's also very hard for them to spoil shit because we're way farther ahead than they are.
Yeah, but I'm glad that because we got a comment, because we're recording the end of Pokemon today as well, so we'll be finishing up that series. We got a comment saying like, Pokemon, oh, you're gonna love Yellow, and I was like, oh yeah, like we're ahead, like we love them.
I love Yellow.
And then there are things that happen later in the thing where I was just like, oh cool, glad that wasn't spoiled for me because I was right.
Yeah.
Type thing, which I'm very excited to talk about later.
Which is that Yellow is Mexican. Amarillo.
Yeah, Yellow is Mexican. What's it called? But I love getting like, oh, can Goku fly? And then somebody's like, oh, in this episode, like he learned to fly, and then someone's like, he learned it in the Nappa fight. What the fuck?
Everyone knows he learned to fly in the Nappa fight.
Yeah,
Toriyama wanted it to end.
At the Nappa fight.
Yeah.
He dies to Vegeta, and then
he dies to Nappa.
He dies to Nappa, and everything is done, which would have been a bold choice. I think, so this might be a hot take. I think shows that kill off their characters to kind of be more like, oh, we're dark, we're different, like I'm going to kill off characters that like are main characters and you love them. Without like any substance to it, I think that's corny and annoying.
There are a lot of good things that do it well. Attack on Titan does it well.
Yeah. I think Hunter x Hunter is also a good example.
Hunter x Hunter does it pretty well. Berserk does it pretty well. There are some that do it bad.
Yeah. For the purposes of not spoiling anything, I'm not going to say any. But I think there are some shows and some spoilers that I've seen on Twitter where I'm like, oh, that's annoying. Like, I don't, to me, part of following your story is the characters. Like, plot armor is like, I don't know. I think it's an annoying critique, but at times, but it exists for a reason. Like, if your main characters all die and then you're like, your world isn't interesting enough for me to care anymore, then it's like,
I like when they get brought back with the power of friendship. It's my favorite part.
Or the Dragon Balls. Like Dragon Ball is like an example of death that doesn't mean anything, but it's always in the context of which it happens. It is impactful until Super. Like I forget Piccolo died in Super.
I also forgot. Did he die in Super?
Yeah, in the Freeze arc. When he protects Gohan, he dies there.
Oh, well, didn't like Whis turn back time?
Yeah, but he died there.
Yeah, but like it didn't count because Whis turned back time.
I'd argue it counted.
Nope, because it doesn't create a branching timeline. He didn't get brought back. It got undone.
Well, my differentiate, how I differentiate it is everybody, when the Earth explodes, everyone dies, including one, Hercule's only death. And I'm like, that doesn't count because he brought back time. Piccolo died very like, away from that happening. Like it was him dying was its own thing, and then more
Was
stuff
it?
happens. Yeah, because it was when Frieza invades, and then Gohan needs to be protected, and he jumps in the way, and it's like that recreation of him as a kid and Piccolo in front of him, and then he dies there.
I
And
don't
then-
think he died there.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Because no one was wished back. Piccolo can't be wished back by the Dragon Balls here.
Where's my phone at? My phone's over there. I swear Piccolo died there.
I don't care enough to look it up.
I do though, because you told me I'm wrong.
Did you watch the movie or the anime?
Both.
Okay. In the movie, Gohan is nearly killed.
Yeah.
In the anime, Piccolo dies.
Yeah. What was in the manga? The manga didn't do it. Huh?
Manga's
didn't do
based off the movie.
Yeah. Okay, so canonically he didn't die.
Correct.
But in the movie timeline, or the show timeline, I guess. Yeah. So movies are attached to manga. Kind of like a...
Yeah,
kind of like
all
that
the
Yu-Gi-Oh situation.
Yeah, all... What?
The Yu-Gi-Oh manga is attached to the Bonds... Or what's it called?
Yes.
Yeah. Dark Side Dimensions, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie's sick, by the way.
I love that movie.
Like, we'll eventually... So, Esau and I are huge Yu-Gi-Oh fans. We've been playing the game since 2018.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
We fucking love that movie. And like if we have any excuse to read the manga and then watch the movie and talk about it because it is canon to the manga, I will. First, I gotta find the manga.
I have 1 through 3 and that's it. But it's like a great ones to have because it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0.
Yeah, I'm so down to do it. I'm so down to do it. I love Yu-Gi-Oh so much. Like, it's fun and I love the game. The game is confusing as shit, but I like it.
I love that fact. It's so confusing. So back when we used to play a lot, me, him, some other friends, I was the rules guy. They're like, all right, so are we allowed to do this? And I'm like, yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's always like, wait, is that allowed?
What do you mean this card can beat Obelisk the Tormentor? He's bad.
That was my favorite part, is finding out like cards that were like good in the show are just fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Except for Jaden's deck.
Yeah. Well, no, Jaden.
Well, no, Jaden's deck sucks ass. He had the least.
Yusei's deck's pretty good.
Yusei's deck is pretty good. Yusei's the only person who knew how to play the fucking game.
Yeah. I think that changes later for everyone except for no, I lied. It doesn't change later.
I think the only other person who had like an okay deck,
I think it's Coder,
from what I've seen. Yeah.
but I haven't seen it.
Yuya
Doesn't know how to play the game.
Yuya was broken because he invented a new way to play.
On the opponent's turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
yeah.
attack. I pendulum summon.
Everybody's like, what is that? He's like, it's a thing I can do. Although he has like the sickest moment in any of the animes.
Because he's the most cheerful and then he fucking breaks.
Yeah. So he's like dueling against two so the lore of Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 is that Yuya is one of himself in the 4 dimensions that come together to make Zark the Destroyer or whatever. And then his girlfriend has 4 separate parts as well. So 2 versions of his girlfriend are dueling him, and he's combined with the Xyz dimension one. So his girlfriend is turned into a puppet, and then this doctor's like creepily like touching her. And it's weird, and he gets pissed off, and then he's like, oh no, you're gonna fucking die, and his like anger like shakes the world, and the holograms of the monsters start backing away, and they're like, what the fuck?
Hey, yo, are we gonna fight him?
Yeah, and the duelists are like, they're holograms, what is happening? Like, they're scared of him, and then he like Xyz summons a fusion monster and an Xyz monster together. And then it makes like this monster that's like broken as fuck that destroys like the whole board and then gains attack points for it. And then he attacks one of their monsters and he beats one of them. And he's like, the other girl's like, oh, it's fine. There's 2 of us, so I can beat him next turn. And then he's like, he interrupts her. He's like, there's not going to be a next turn. I can attack twice. And she's like, why the fuck does this have so many abilities?
That's how it's sick as fuck.
But like there's rules in Arc 5 where you can enter someone else's duel and do like a tag duel against one guy, but it costs half of your life points. But then you can just summon an attack.
I got him.
Yeah, you can just do that. You can jump in.
There isn't gonna be a next turn.
It was sick as fuck. It was really cool. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes in Japan are always fucking like the sub is always gas.
It's because it's a fun game
It is.
in the end.
With
If you
all-
don't like Yu-Gi-Oh, I understand. But if you do like Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's so fun. I could do like I might do a whole video about why I like Yu-Gi-Oh! So much. And
You
it's just,
too. One why you hate it, and one why you like it.
I don't hate it though. Like I get tired of playing sometimes.
Play 10 minutes against my new deck. I'll give you a reason.
Yeah.
That'll be the whole video. Just 10 minutes of me playing my decks against you.
And then I just can't win.
Yeah.
Like my gadgets can't do anything. I built a gadget deck because it's funny.
I have 60 something decks for just Yu-Gi-Oh.
I think I have 10.
I have
Yeah.
another one that I just made. I don't even have sleeves or a box board. It's just sitting on my desk as a pile of cards.
Like, which is so funny, just because like that's not even like your main thing. That's just one of your hobbies.
Yeah.
And you have a shit ton of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and a shit ton of manga.
I'm a casual fan.
Somebody like commented on our YouTube page because they saw your collection. They were like, "Nice collection."
Let's go.
That was the comment.
Let's go. That's me, boys.
Yeah. Well, we have you here. Go ahead and rate the podcast 5 stars. I keep forgetting to ask people to do that.
I don't forget. I just don't ask. I'm not a little beggar.
I am. Please rate the podcast 5 stars.
I do this as an excuse to fund my addiction.
That is all that I'm doing. Yeah, just
Funding my addiction.
funding your addiction
Or
and
giving me
then-
a reason to. You're not paying for it.
That's true.
Anyway, do you want to move on to the Christmas gifts?
Yeah.
I can see that you trashed some wrapping paper over there.
Yeah.
Why do you have 2 trash cans here?
One for recycling.
Oh. Why aren't you recycling the wrapping paper?
Nah, that's fine.
Catch. This is very heavy. I can't throw it. Anyway.
All right. So should we do this like one at a time, or
Yeah, you go first.
okay? So I should have shown them. Fuck.
Well, you know.
You couldn't see it. It was a black box with nice ribbon.
I think I showed it while I handed it
Oh,
to
okay,
you.
cool.
You have like a freeze frame there.
Yeah. Well, audio listeners can't hear at all or see at all. So
Oh, that's right. You know what? Yeah, we're catering to our audio only listeners. It's upside down. No.
right on the money
Woo!
at the very end. Thank you.
Yeah. Smile on your face. That was the whole bit. So when you kept saying like, "Oh, it's gonna make me smile," I gave you another hit, being like, "That's not what I mean."
Yeah. Yeah, very happy with this. These
Yeah.
look really cool on a shelf.
So turn around. Show the camera the back.
So here's the front.
Yeah. So every cover is a face, and I really like that.
That is very cool.
Yeah. Except for the last one.
I might get like a insert money shot of us putting it like up to the camera, but
Yeah.
thank you so much. I really appreciate. Like this is really cool. This looks really cool on a shelf.
And that's the complete manga. Read it. I it's one of my favorite mangas that I read top to bottom every time.
We have something to do on the show once we. I will read this for the show because I don't want to spoil myself. I think it's part of the fun.
Sounds good.
Part of the fun with Pokemon was like not knowing what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Like when. Sorry.
yeah, I felt so validated when
Yeah.
happened.
And
Thank-
when.
Thank you. I feel like mine is significantly smaller for the same price range.
Yes. I may have ignored that price range. That's
the fuck?
That's $130.
What the fuck?
The price range was what? 60 to 120.
Yeah,
Yeah, I ignored that.
mine was 107.
Yeah, you know, there you go.
Okay, so mine was wrapped significantly shittier
Yeah.
because I just could not. I'm so bad at wrapping. Sorry,
I'm good at geometry.
I'm good at geography. The wrapping paper right here. I'm so bad at wrapping stuff.
Wrapping paper in the garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Do you have any predictions?
Chainsaw Man. It's my only.
That's right. You only have a prediction. I think you'll really enjoy this.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I already own Fairy Tale.
Oh, what the fuck? You told me you didn't.
I know. I'm lying to you. Let's go.
You scared me. I
I
was
do
like-
own the first volume.
Because I was like, there's no way I owe you a gift and I have Fairy Tale now. That would have been fucking genius.
I do own the first volume, but I could just give that to you.
You don't gotta.
All right, he's got the first volume now, boys. I don't like the fact that it has Japanese characters on top. It makes me a little nervous.
You would also enjoy the Japanese version of...
Nope. I've read Fairy Tale in English. I'd prefer it in English. Gonna like check if this is in Japanese, you have your own Japanese copy, by the way.
If it's in Japanese, I really wish you would have said that on the Amazon.
I don't think it is, but it's the what you call it is, making me nervous. So I'm just gonna double check real quick. Please give it to me. No, this is in English. It's in English. It's in English. We're good. French. Anyway. Sorry, the clock is French.
And now you got the first box set of Fairy Tale.
Yeah. You were out of ideas.
No, I thought it was just really funny if I got that.
Were you really hoping that we got each other Fairy Tale?
I was kind of. I'm not gonna lie.
get you
I'm not
Fairy
gonna lie. No, it was the plan from the jump. I was like, okay, you're getting Fairy Tale.
I like it.
So the second, because I was torn, I was like, okay, I was gonna get you Fairy Tale, because I was gonna get for the gift for here, Tokyo Ghoul.
Right.
So I was gonna buy you Fairy Tale, but you told me to get you Tokyo Ghoul, so I just switched them.
All right, I accept it. Thank you.
No problem. Esau likes Fairy Tale.
I love Fairy Tale. Fairy Tale's one of those shitty manga that I love a lot. All you Fairy Tale fans, you know what I'm talking about. All you Fairy Tale haters, you know what I'm talking about.
It's like you at the same time were like appealing to Fairy Tale fans
and
hating them.
Yeah.
You get the best of both worlds on this podcast, baby.
Yeah. My favorite part about this is David doesn't have room for that on his shelf.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah. I've made significantly more room.
For 20-something volumes?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Look below. There's like 2 empty shelves.
What about this? Just like pull out another one.
I'd be so mad. So I thought Esau's bit was gonna get me like another box set, so I'd still owe him, and that would have been really funny.
I don't have the money for that.
I thought about doing that. I don't have the money for that. I thought I was gonna do like a Uno reverse card on you, and be like, "Here's a second box set."
And then you couldn't, because you already owed me 2.
yeah. So I bought 2 of them. What is your like book count at now?
I don't know. I haven't been updating my I have a box of books right now that I have not read, and if I haven't read them, I don't put them in the fucking Excel sheet.
So the only ones in the Excel sheet are the one you read.
Yes, I've read except for one. There's 3 books on that Excel sheet that I haven't read because they are boring, and one of them is just like I haven't got to it.
I'm curious to know what your number is at.
It's pretty high. It's in like 400s right now.
Almost half a library.
Yep.
That's cool. Eventually, these shelves will. So as some of you can tell, the set's looking different. I've made some room. I'm gonna put more shelves up the more we get books.
Get books.
Yeah.
If I didn't move the shelf here.
Yeah.
End statement.
But I thought like I'll probably put another shelf behind you anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you can just put that new one here.
Yeah. So I guess one more thing we can do. I'm not sure how long we've been recording. I don't want to make this a short episode. We finished 3 series at this point.
Yes.
I think it would be fun for at least maybe on the YouTube channel, and the Instagram. Maybe we can have a tier list, one for you, one for me, of where we stack each of the stories that we've read. And then we'll compare, because I know we have different opinions on certain things.
Yeah.
And if we have like a tier S through F, skipping E, where would you rank the 3 series that we've done?
Another F.
Really?
No.
So that's where I'm putting it.
So was it A through F, skipping E?
Yeah.
I'd probably put it in the C tier. I enjoyed another. I felt like it wasn't paced right, but I really liked it, and it also appeals to my nostalgia factor because it's one of the first horror anime that I watched.
I would probably put it at D, just because I don't think it's like egregiously terrible. So I wouldn't put it at F. So I put it at D. I think. What about Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball, I think, is the highest B tier, the highest of B tier.
I'm low A tier. I think because I think revisiting Dragon Ball, there's a lot that I love about it. I'm not in the opinion. So I think as a story, I think Dragon Ball is a lot tighter, but I'm in the opinion that I think Z is better. And I wouldn't put Z any lower than Dragon Ball, and I think Dragon Ball is like a low A for me.
In my opinion, Dragon Ball does a really good thing with its characters. However, that's its characters and its fight scenes. However, the world building, power scaling, and just power like system is all so vague that it's not interesting to me. Those things. The rest of it is interesting.
I can see that. I see it more as like a character driven, in the beginning, and then it gets more action driven. The villains in Z tend to be more of the focus, and I find that not as much as like Super, but I find the stories between Goku and Frieza, Gohan and Cell, Trunks and the androids, I find those all very like cool to watch.
Yeah, that's why I like Super, because of the unique villains like, Goku and Frieza, Gohan and Cell. Sorry.
Cell Max.
Frieza Black.
True.
Goku and Goku.
They fixed Broly though.
They fixed Broly.
They did fix
I'm
Broly.
so happy.
Yeah. There's a lot to like about Dragon Ball, but I think it's low A for me.
Yeah. It's a high B for me. It's the gate between B and A for me.
That's valid. I would say I'm like a very similar spot. We're just on different sides of the coin. Pokemon.
That's hard.
Pokemon. What region is this? Kanto?
I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Pallet Town.
yeah, first gen. High A. It's a high A for me.
It's an A for me. It's definitely past the Bechdel test.
It's teetering S, but it's A because the first book was just not it for me, and then the rest of them were so good.
Yeah. It was impressively good, in my opinion.
The first book really wasn't doing it for me, surprisingly, because that episode was so funny. I really liked every book. The last two were my favorite.
The last two were like, hey, what if we just were like dropping bombs?
Yeah, what if we just took everything you like so far, we ramp it up to 10, and it's just great. Go watch our episodes when they come out of that. It's a high A for me.
I like how they ended it.
Me too. I do like that.
Like wrapping up this story, giving you a little pipette drop of the next story.
Mm-hmm. Which, again, we've said before, we're not continuing with Pokemon after.
At least not immediately.
Not immediately. We will do it.
The next thing I think is also 7 volumes.
Yeah, we'll do it eventually. The next thing is 11 volumes. Oh, sorry, next Dragon Ball thing. Sorry, next Pokemon thing is 7 volumes. Sorry, I thought it was like the next thing we're doing is like 11.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky. Maybe it'll be 10. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
I'm also
I can only imagine it just keeps up the momentum.
I remember the next part a bit, so I think it's good.
Cool. I'm excited because this gen I like better than the first.
Yeah. Everyone knows first the worst, second the best.
This might be a hot take. I don't really like Gen 3.
I didn't play Gen 3. It's the one I skipped.
Really? I
didn't play it until like after I played Sun and Moon.
I didn't play it till after Diamond. Diamond was my first Pokemon game, actually.
Which one is the third gen?
Third gen is Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire.
Yeah, I played Omega Ruby, or Alpha Sapphire, one of the two, and that was after I played Sun and Moon. Maybe even Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. I played Ultra Moon. I don't know why I'm thinking about it.
It took me a while to get to 3. Because I liked Diamond. I went to the first one, really liked it. Played Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That game's really good. That's my favorite.
The best game.
It's my favorite game. You tell me I can walk around with my Pokemon friends?
Man, if only there was another game that did that.
Let's go, Pikachu.
Did it well. The only game that, in my opinion, that comes close to that is definitely Arceus. That's not even a mainline Pokemon game.
I have my opinions.
I don't care. I'm telling you a fact.
That part of it was fun.
Yeah.
The game itself, I think, was
It's
lacking,
a hot mess.
but it's fun.
It's so fun.
It's fun. It's just a hot mess.
Hot and a mess. Sorry.
And we're back. Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for Gen 2's manga. I just think we need a break. Variety of reasons, but also it's just like, those are the bulkiest books I've ever read in my life. Like, that shit took forever.
Yeah. But now that story setup, world setup, they were like, okay, now we're just doing a storyline. And I felt like they got into their groove really well.
Yeah, it was really interesting how things pivoted, which we will get to.
I almost started talking about it.
Yeah. That episode's not out yet.
Yeah. In fact, the episodes before it aren't out yet.
Yeah. So but just know that we liked it. And
you knew I liked it. That's why I suggested it.
Yeah, and that's why we'll be continuing eventually, but we'll do something different. So you'll be seeing this on Christmas. Next month we'll be finishing Dragon Ball. Fuck. Pokemon. Next month we'll be finishing Pokemon, and then we'll have something new after that, and then so on and so forth.
I wonder what it could be. Sorry.
I put out a poll on the YouTube channel asking if you would like to see Death Note or Full Metal after what we do next.
I thought you were going to say Baldur's Gate 3.
If you preferred Spider-Man or Baldur's Gate 3, video game fans are annoying.
Maybe we can read the Elden Ring manga.
Is there one?
Yes, but it's a comedy. It's the funniest garbage I've ever read.
That's actually pretty funny.
It's funny. But it's only one volume right now, so we can't read it.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I'll do a TikTok. I'm doing a TikTok on it. I will make a TikTok. I promise, David. I will eventually make TikToks for our TikTok channel.
I'm tired.
I have like choice anxiety for this because not only do I have a lot of manga, I have a lot of manga that I love to talk about. Yeah, I have over 140 individual series in my library of 400 manga.
Can you send me that spreadsheet one more time?
Of course.
I want to keep track, but also I'm going to make my own spreadsheet just to keep track of my collection.
Gotcha.
My very significantly smaller collection, but it's turning into something.
Yeah. Got to open my Google Excel sheet.
I think it's funny how much it's grown in just a month.
I have 155 individual volumes right now. Not individual series.
That's crazy.
Yep. Yes, sir. Well, let me tap on books. It doesn't do the thing that the computer does. If I tap on a thing, it won't tell me. Well,
I think now I have 100, right? That should be...
I don't know. I think
like
I'm keeping
100
track.
books. That makes sense in my head. So I'm only a tenth of the... Not a quarter, what the fuck? I'm only a tenth of the way there.
Yep, 10%. What am I doing? I'm sending this to you. And I would make this public, but I don't want to. Because unlike David, I know you guys are going to look into it. There's porn on it. Don't look too hard into things that seem a little weird.
Did you get some of those at like the 18 plus panels at Anime Expo?
Nope. They were selling a fleshlight in there. They're like a one that moved, and I went, I'm leaving.
I haven't gone in there.
It's not pleasant. There was a girl who went in there, and then we got in there at the same time, and we left at the same time because we saw the pulsating vagina with an anime girl talking out of it, and went, we're leaving.
Yeah, you should have looked at her and been like, I think I'm done with the convention.
Also, all the lines to any manga things were like really long.
Yeah, I'm excited to go to more conventions now that I have the goal of finding manga.
Now you understand my problem of like, there's no manga anywhere. So there's only one.
It was Anime Expo, not Manga Expo.
Yeah, so there are two locations that usually sell manga at AX. There's one that just has like a fuck ton of books. That's where I got my Cells at Work box set and a couple other manga that I was looking for. And then there are some places that just sell them like as a side thing. And then you just kind of got to hope and pray that you find like the smaller ones that sell them. Like they're like, oh yeah, we're a small publisher. That's where I got stuff like Reincarnated as a Loner in Another World. That's the only one I remember. There's another one, but I didn't read it. I have it. I just haven't read it yet. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, eventually I'm going to have to deep dive into some obscure shit. But Right now, it's all the big names like and Kingdom Hearts.
My dick got turned into a cute girl.
I think the most obscure one I have is not even obscure, and it's just the next one we're doing.
Oh yeah, that's not even obscure. That's very popular. It's an incredibly popular rom-com.
It's not obscure.
I mean,
it's not obscure. It's just that it doesn't match with the rest of the collection.
it's not a shonen. You're right.
Yeah, it's not a shonen. Everything else is shonen, and then there's Kingdom Hearts. I don't know what that lands on.
I mean, it's kind of a shonen. It's a boy and his adventure.
Also, what bugs me about the Kingdom Hearts mangas is that there's one book that just looks different than the others.
Yep.
Is there anything that you want in your collection that you're just like, I fucking need this. I I can't get it.
So there are a couple things like that. I like obscure shit. I definitely wanted like before it was Steins Gate. The Steins Gate manga used to be incredibly expensive because it had one printing of 3 volumes. But right as I started making my collection, they were like, "Fuck it, an omnibus of all 3 volumes in one, and Steins Gate 0, all of it." Like in so I got the omnibus and the 3 volumes of Steins Gate 0, and I was like, "Man," and it's bad. It's ass. It sucks dick.
But I have it.
But I have it, yeah. The Steins Gate 0 manga is fun. The Steins Gate manga is really bad, and I read it before I watched the anime, and I didn't finish it because it sucks. Remember, a friend of the channel was like, "Hey, I think you'd like it," and he was explaining the like very basic premise, and I went, "Does this happen and then this happen and then this big plot twist happens, right?" And he goes, "What the fuck?" I thought you said you haven't watched it. I was like, "I think I read the like manga and thought it was bad." He's like, "No, the anime's good. That's what they tell me, and I saw it, and it was good." And he was right, and now it's a problem. It's an addiction, and it's his fault. All because of the Tutu app.
Yeah. It all started there.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Wasn't that on a video?
Yeah. That was Celeste. We were recording Celeste.
That's right.
We used to have a gaming channel.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say what it is because I hate it. But we used to have...
Check it out at GameGrumps.com.
Yeah. Yeah. We did do that video making fun, like with their intro and shit. I was really happy with that. Yeah, that's where it started. That's...
Hey, yo, Weeb. Hey, I'm Weeb. And we're Read'em and Weeb.
Just not like on...
not at all. But it's funny because of how bad it is.
Hey, I'm Reed. I'm also Weeb. Hey, I'm Reed. Yeah.
Please, rate us 5 stars. Fuck, dude.
Oh my god. I still think I need to show you that video. It's my favorite Game Grumps bit is when they're like, hi, tech support. Yeah, I started my computer and then my coworkers came in and they beat me up.
This is a great bit. I saw it the other day where they're playing one of the older like 2D Zeldas. It's like a platformer style, what you call it. And like I think Dan is talking about like how he likes a certain enemy that like charges at you when he sees you. And they're like this one, he's not charging at you now, but when he turns around and instead of turning around, it phases through a wall and keeps going off screen. And then it kills me every time.
It's just so perfect when games do that.
He's like, he does his typical like, oh, or not. And I was like, fuck.
I have this, so I'm working on a video for Kingdom Hearts and I recorded all the footage and there's one very like important part of the story and I was getting footage for that.
Right. And
I don't know what happened. There's a glitch where if you dodge roll into that cutscene, Sora keeps dodge rolling while the cutscene's playing. And I was crying laughing because I need it for the video, but also fuck it. I'm just going to play that. I've never seen it before in my years of playing the game. And Sora just kept dodge rolling in the middle of a cutscene of Kairi being like, "Thank you, Sora. Like, I was really scared, and I'm glad that you were able to like protect me and save me. Like, that it means a lot." And then Sora's just dodge rolling.
I was playing a game very similar where I was fighting an enemy and I was like dying, and I rushed into an area. I got sucked into a cutscene, and then the enemy tackles me out of the cutscene, so I'm just not there for the whole cutscene.
It'd be so funny if like that could happen, like in a game where like you think you're safe because you're in a cutscene and an enemy attacks you and you're out of the cutscene just in a battle now.
That can happen in Fallout. Fallout 4 specifically, that happened. But you wouldn't be kicked out. You would just be attacked, and it would show you getting attacked.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Fallout 4.
I had fun with it. I actually never finished it.
Me neither.
Well, yeah, I know why you didn't finish it, though.
Well, no, I own the game. I just didn't like it.
Yeah. We played it on the channel.
Yeah. I didn't care for it. I like Fallout New Vegas.
I never played it.
That game's peak. That game is fun as fuck.
I prefer swords and bows to guns and more guns.
I prefer fighting games.
I prefer books. I like books.
Or Mario Party. Yeah.
Yeah, books or Mario Party.
Yeah, I lab Mario Party.
What are your expectations going into the new year? Let's make this a New Year's episode.
Yeah, Esau. So the manga I want. I forgot we pivoted from that question. Yeah, my expectations. I'm hoping to, within the first couple months, I'm hoping to hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. That's like the goal. Because we're growing, like it's slow, but we're picking up traction.
Yeah.
Like the YouTube went from 5 to 40 in the last week. So,
I forgot. So when you showed me we had 40 subs, I went, didn't we have like 26? No, that was views on something.
mm-hmm.
I didn't realize we jumped from 5 to 40.
Yeah, in like a week.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I was very happy with that because
Only at 900% or 800% growth. That's kind of, I guess.
Yeah. I like, you know, where we're at just because like we're reaching this point where like, okay, I know what the show is now, like reading the manga, but also just like doing
weaving.
bits. Yeah, weaving. And like doing bits. And like that's the fun of it. And like I think that's where the Pokemon episode 1 was like the funniest episode to me that we've done. Because we've done funny bits throughout all of Dragon Ball.
Well, I think it's different because we know Dragon Ball like the back of our hand. We are major. We kind of just sit and talk. Like even after we finished recording Dragon Ball, we still go and talk about Dragon Ball when we go out for pizza and shit.
We bring it up during Pokemon, like like Dragon Ball and Naruto. We talk about like in alarming degree.
Yeah.
But
Pokemon was something we like. I've only read it once, and it's very like vague in my memory. David's never read it. The fact that we can just like riff on something that we're obviously enjoying is kind of like we're getting our stride.
Yeah,
and I like it.
Yeah, like I think the hardest I've laughed has still been like what's the scouter say about his power level? Char. The hardest I've laughed editing is because like I forgot that happened. So many bits I forgot about, like Brock being a weirdo and Charmander not
be incredibly horny, but I promise it has nothing to do with you.
It's just like all of that was just off, like just back and forth between me and you, and I think that's where the fun is. And
what
also,
do you want in your library? Is it Gurren Lagann?
That would be sick. That would be like, just as a Gurren Lagann fan,
yeah,
that's what I want. I think ultimately, obviously I want the rest of Dragon Ball Z. I want the rest of Naruto.
You want to finish Dead Man Wonderland?
That too. And then obviously having all of the full medals would be, all this stuff is like stuff we're doing for the show, but
yeah.
I think randomly I do want Mob Psycho. I do want Your Lie in April. I don't even like Your Lie in April.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if I like it. You know, we talk about it so much. Like, I remember you were the one who recommended it to me.
Was I?
Yes. You're the one who said, watch Your Lie in April. I wouldn't have otherwise.
That sounds about right.
Is
that why you don't want Steins Gate? Because you thought Your Lie in April was bad?
You know, that might have been a trauma response.
Damn.
For context, Esau, I promised Esau, I'm an asshole. I promised Esau I would watch Steins Gate. That was a promise I made. I got halfway through and I stopped because I just wasn't enjoying it, and I just have to finish it.
It's been 2 years.
It has. In return, he watched Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, it took me 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And probably even less than that. I think I did it in a weekend. I did have a free weekend, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to.
is what he says every time.
I'm going to. It's not that I'm like actively like, oh, I'll do something else. It's just that I have so much that I'm doing that it's hard for me to sit down and watch anything. Like I schedule time to read the manga that we're doing.
I just did it at 1 o'clock.
12 p.m. the day before.
It's like, I don't have to. It's like that comic from that one guy. I think his name's like Wen Comics. It's like Shen Comics. That's his name. He's like, I don't have time for this, and then he grabs the sleep block. Or do I?
I don't know what you're referring to.
I will find it.
So I think ultimately what I want in my collection, I just want more stuff. Like I think I'm open to. I want to be out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I have a friend. She's not into shonen. She reads a lot of different romance stuff. I might ask her for recommendations because I'm just starting. I want to step out of my comfort zone. Like I like romance stories. They're like my favorite thing.
Well, do I have a series for you? Do I?
I was like, you have a stroke or?
I found it, by the way. The romance series.
Okay. This makes more sense now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I get that guy mixed up with like this alt-right guy who makes comics in a similar style.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
I also get them confused.
Because I'm like, oh, is this the racist guy? No, it's not. I hope.
People also like to take his comics and just repurpose them for alt-right things. Because, alt-right people aren't too creative.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, we're hijacking this for our political opinions.
Yeah.
My bad. Our political facts.
Yeah. Yeah, facts don't care about your feelings.
Yeah.
Republican art is cringe.
Yeah. It's the truest thing I've ever heard.
My least favorite type of... So I'm a big hip-hop fan. My least favorite type of song is like, black people, white people, let's just come together. We're both wrong. No.
No.
That's my least favorite fucking like... There was this... I saw a tweet today. It was fucking far out.
Right.
And it was like the not Tom and Jerry. It was the Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck being like, duck season, rabbit season, duck season. And then it was this guy who's mixed black and Mexican saying the N-word and then Beaner over and over again. And I was like, can I like this? Because there's some comedy there, but I don't think this is okay.
There are some like Mexican people who just take the N-word and use it.
Not ours.
Yeah, not ours. We have a word that ends in ER.
Yeah.
You don't need to take the N-word.
Yeah. We got Beaner and then the WB.
Yeah. Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Speaking of our sponsor. What else sponsor?
Mexican people. Our sponsor, the Vallarta.
The Mexican cartel.
This episode of Read 'em and Weeb is brought to you by the Swap Meet. And viewers like you. Thank you. This episode is made possible by Community Media Access Collaborative.
Like actually?
Yeah, and Dandelion Studios.
That's all David. David works at those places.
Mm-hmm.
Or is those places.
I own one of those places.
He owns one of those places. Which one? You figure it out. Look it up.
But yeah, that's really all I want is to expand out of my comfort zone.
Gotcha.
And I'm really glad
I would lend you some manga to get you out of your comfort zone, but you're not going to read them.
I just want to buy them. I'll read them because we'll do them on the show eventually, or we'll do them for TikToks. For TikToks. Yeah, I'm tired of making TikToks. I'm doing them still, but it's hard finding clips when I'm like, oh fuck, I did this already.
We make a lot of the same jokes.
Yeah.
Oh no, he did the Vaporeon thing again.
Did I post that one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I started it in one video, but then I did the whole thing in another one.
You did the whole thing in another video. That video's not out yet. But the first time you did it, I was like, we don't have to.
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
Next time I had to.
Yeah. What's it called? But I'll eventually buy more stuff. I'll probably look at your spreadsheet and be like, I can get that. That's porn. Add to cart. What's it called? I don't know. So I had a memory. Remember that time that friend I won't name put on hentai in their living room, and then we just watched it for like a minute, and then you were like, "I've seen this one."
So to be even more, to put myself in more of what's called, they were looking through some as well. And they're like, what about this one? I was like, that's incest. That's also incest. I don't think they're brother and sister in this one, but it's still weird the whole time. I actually didn't know any of those, by the way. I think I knew the first one. The rest of those, I was like, what if I just pretend to know the rest of these?
That's funny. That's a good bit.
Thank you.
But I remember they put it on because they're like, oh, this will be funny. And then, like, a minute in, we were like, what's the joke?
Yeah. We were just watching porn.
The joke is that there's just porn on in this living room.
And unlike everyone else, I was busy on my phone because I'm obviously not going to watch porn.
We were supposed to record our podcast that day. That's why we were there.
Yep.
And we just had porn on. Our setup was so simple back then.
Yeah, it was
laptop and Yeti.
Yep, the cardioid mic that had a omnidirectional mode. Mm-hmm. Remember when you didn't believe me when I told you those were mic settings?
Yeah, I didn't know much back then.
I was like, I think this one's like bidirectional, single directional, omnidirectional. You're like, that's dumb.
Shut up, Esau.
You don't know what you're talking about, Esau. This is my mic. I record.
You just press the record button and it does it.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Move the gain.
Yeah, it'll get louder.
Look at us now.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Truly. I got a recorder so that I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. He's got really fancy mics that don't have buttons.
Mm-hmm.
I think I accidentally loosened it instead of tightened it. There we go.
Anyway, what are your hopes for the new year?
I want to get you out of your comfort zone. I want you to read something you've never read before. I want to record a TikTok. I want to get a TikTok out there. I have one.
Hey, you
TikTok
got one, man.
There.
People like it.
And people like it, dude. I have a lot of shit. I remember David, after he watched it, he was like, I didn't know you had so much fucking manga, man.
Yeah, no, I watched it and I was like, what the fuck?
I have a lot of manga. I have another shelf just sitting outside my door, but there's no room in my room yet. I have to make room. It's not going to happen, but I have to make room. And eventually I'll get another shelf full of garbage.
Yeah. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you again for my gift.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it. I'm very excited to put this on the shelf.
I honestly think you should read it outside of the podcast.
Do we not plan to do it?
I mean, we might plan. Read a couple volumes outside the podcast. I think it's fine if you...
I'll read the last one.
Fuck, that's good. I also recommend number 9 and a number 9 large. Sorry.
Did we tell that story about the Carl's Jr.?
No. So there was this girl that I used to be like friends with. I used to have a big crush on, and she moved away eventually. I still kept a lot of contact with her. I was just trying to like, hey, what's your favorite fast food restaurant? Because me and some buddies were at Sonic getting fast food. And she was like, Carl's Jr. And I was like, oh, okay, what do you get there? And not a number 6. Not, oh, I like the number 6. This is what it is. She just sent me the number 6. And I went, that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't go to Carl's Jr. What is that? She's like, the number 6. And I was like, what is it? I stopped talking to her.
That was the hardest I've laughed when you were showing. Was I there with you?
Yes.
Okay.
It was live.
It was me, you, Maya, right?
Yeah, me, you, Maya, I think Ben.
Maybe. I remember...
It's also the day I coined the term Liddy McThousand.
That was a good day.
Yeah.
I was laughing hysterically because you showed me the message like, oh, what do you like? 6. Because I remember you asked me, you're like, do you know what the number 6 at Carl's Jr. is? And I said, why would I know that? And you said, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, fuck, dude. Anyway.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Read and Weep.
If you know what the number 6 is at Carl's Jr., please comment it down below.
Yeah, I'm not going to look it up. If you like what you saw, please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're on YouTube, consider liking and subscribing. We upload every Wednesday, and we've only missed once, but I promise we won't do that again. I was just burnt out. But we post here every... Why'd you do that?
I had to burp.
In the mic?
Yeah. Where it was also my hands are...
These are shared equipment.
Yeah.
So somebody's gonna rent this out. They're gonna start talking to it. They're gonna be like SpongeBob from like that smelly episode, like. Um, if you're watching on YouTube, consider liking and subscribing. We have a new episode every Wednesday, and we upload TikToks. I try to upload a few every day. So follow us on TikTok.
I will start trying to upload some.
We will both be uploading TikTok soon. So go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode of Pokemon. Bye.